In this day and age, the Father declares that this is the time of your endearment. You are not being ignored, nor am I going to remain silent when you pray. As a result of your thorough search for my face, you will undoubtedly be able to observe my hand at work, both to will and to perform what I find to be of great joy. Despite the fact that some people may be under the impression that I have abandoned you, this is a falsehood. I am here as close to you as the breath that comes through your nostrils. I am as close to you as your hands and feet. If you cleave a piece of wood, you will be able to locate me. Simply raise a stone, and I will be there. I have made the decision to reside only within your heart. In the same way that the Ark of the Covenant served as a bridge between the tabernacle and the wilderness and the Holy Spirit, your human spirit serves as a bridge between the two. Those who have been causing trouble on your land have been driven away. The breath that I breathe in my nostrils is now turning back those individuals who proclaim peace with their lips while harboring hate in their souls. I will deal with you in a merciful and loving kind manner, and I will render to them according to the deeds that they have done. As you make your way to the high tower of my name, you will find that I have concealed you within the cleft of the rock, even from the contention of tongues. Be aware that I am the source of your power. Rather of planning to fail, you should aim to succeed and prevail. Who are the pessimists? What are your critics? They are like the minuscule dust that makes up the balance. It seems as if they are useless. I want you to constantly put your trust in me, because the oil of my spirit that I have given you today will make your face to shine. It is now time for your inheritance to be distributed from the glory into the area of your life that requires it the most. I am the one who will save you and whose strength will save you. In the words of the Father, feed upon my power, and rest in my favor without any questioning or concern about tomorrow. I am with you, and I will never leave you or forsake you in any way, so you no longer need to worry about the future. Today, the Father declares, I am your light and your salvation. There is nothing from which you should be afraid. Who have you got to be terrified of if I am the one who gives you strength in your life? In a moment, the adversary will come to devour you, but I defeated the snake on the cross 2,000 years ago before it ever existed. I gave you the power to grab the serpent in your hands and shake him off in the fire, just like the Apostle Paul did. He can slither and hiss, but I gave you the ability to do so. You should not be terrified of the things that the adversary is threatening to do to you. When you see the opponent laying out in front of you without any shame, you should think positively. It is important to keep in mind that even when you are outnumbered, one man who stands confidently in front of me becomes a majority. When my adversary is at his worst, I shall attempt to do the best I can. Instead, you should not press the panic button or go beyond the place of rest where I am keeping you safe. Refuse to do any of these things. At the moment when the onslaught of hell arrives and the pressure is at its highest point, you will be the only one who is still standing. What you want and what you are looking for are both things that I am aware of. You will not be let down in any way. You are going to fail, according to them. They are keeping a close eye on your every move, ready to see you go down, but guess what? The outcome is going to be a major letdown for them. I will bless you and cause you to excel and succeed while they shout their objections, and every forecast of your ruin is only the measuring by which I will bless you. You have my support. One should not be bothered about anything at this time. It is the day of my favor that is dawning over you to bring you out of the darkness and establish your goings always before me. Go out on your day and be careful about nothing, since the day of my favor is dawning over you. Keeping your right before my throne is the most important thing I can do to ensure the integrity of my kingdom, says the Father today. The adversary has made accusations, and the adversary has spread slander, but your great advocate is standing by to make a decision and give you the freedom you deserve. I am the God who prevents your foot from falling into the abyss of disappointment. I have studied you and discovered that the faith that you have in your heart is the one thing in the entire world that I am seeking for to demonstrate the greatness that I possess. Don't bother looking for the onslaught of hell, for it will never come towards you. It is without a doubt that my loving kindness is following you and pursuing you in order to upgrade, increase, and promote you accordingly. If you want to be blessed in your life, it is not about doing everything correctly or satisfying the opinion of those critics who never have anything positive to say unless it is their own opinion of themselves. We have defeated and dismissed those who engage in vain chatter. It is for your benefit that the tongue of the whisperer is shut off, that the congregation of the wicked is shut down, and that their lies be strangled and muzzled. Try not to give in to your fears or worries. For what I am listening to is the voice of praise that is coming from your mouth and the worship that is coming from your heart, so do not let yourself become distracted with what your critics are saying or doing. I have surrounded you with my angels so that they can guard and defend every facet of your existence. Your eyes will be able to see my faithfulness, and you will feel my intense love that carries you and militates your vision until the entirety of what I have placed in your heart is made known and established. Today, the Father instructs you to connect your thoughts and feelings to the person that I am in your life. I will never bring you to disgrace, disappointment, or delay. Thus, you must force your heart to keep confidence in my handiwork even while you are experiencing periods of insecurity. I am not delaying, and I am not ignoring you by any stretch of the imagination. The concept of a God who delays and ignores is typical of man. Today is the day that you will be saved or saved. In terms of your concerns, the only time frame in which I work is the present moment. To walk out of your now in me, you must first lay hold of your now in me. However, it does not function in the manner that you believe it does, and I do not function in accordance with the dictates of your limited intellect. You should tell your thoughts to be still, and you should tell your heart to trust in God, for I will not give you uncertainty as a part of my hand. Have the eyes of confidence in your inner man see what you want them to see. Your spiritual eyes should be told to be opened, and your spiritual ears should be told to hear what God is saying. The adversary intends to blind you and obstruct your ears with a wide variety of theological nonsense and absurdities that have nothing to do with the way I conduct my business. God declares that this is the beginning of the season of victory and victory over the adversary. Those individuals who are hostile toward you and those who are opposed to what I have spoken about you are on their way to their demise. The reason they are being thrown out into the dry lands is because the ideas that they have about you are not the thoughts that I have about you, and the judgments that they have are not what I have chosen for your destiny. During the day, I will remember my loving kindness, and during the night, I will remember my mercies. Please keep in mind that I am a God who is righteous and who takes pleasure in people who choose the righteous road and those who make a commitment to living a life of faithfulness before me. According to God, I will give you direction, I will instruct you, and I will make it possible for your feet to find traction in the path that leads to the fulfillment of your biggest dream and your deepest heart's desire. According to what the Father has revealed to us today, the entire earth is mine, and it is my delight to bless you in there. Be aware of this fact as you seek first the kingdom, everything else will be added to it. Everything means everything, my dearest, and I will not leave anything out. Having created you as a creature of dominion, I entrusted you with the responsibility of subduing the earth and shaping it in accordance with my requirements. This was the purpose that man had before the fall, and what was lost as a result of the fall is restored through the work that was done at Calvary. Neither hope nor authority are absent from your life. You are not without either. Although the adversary wants you to believe that you are powerless, you are not helpless. When you speak faith, think faith, and act in faith, I will shape your life into a tiny part of heaven to go to heaven in. I produce the fruit of the lips, and as you speak faith, think faith, and act in faith, I will continue to fashion your life. Who will make their way up to the hill dedicated to the Lord? This is true. You are in me in the skies, and I have risen to the right hand of grandeur because I have ascended up high. I am walking in you in the earth as you reign in life by my word and by my promise. You are seated with me above all principality and authority, and I am walking in you. On this day, you are invited to enter the realm of promise and the state of holiness that is the foundation before me. Feel the purification of the blood that was shed at Calvary in order to resolve any and all potential obstacles that may prevent you from receiving answers to your prayers in your life. Raise your head, eternal gate, because I will be made known in you and through you as the King of glory. I am the Lord, who is powerful and mighty in battle, and I am also powerful to save and deliver you from every opposition that the adversary may provide. In this day and age, the Father says, "Follow me, and I will transform you." I am going to force you to lie down. Despite the fact that you are surrounded by conflict and turmoil, I will force you to graze on the pastures of my calm. Would you be willing to submit to the influence of my Spirit? Are you willing to come to the place where there is peace and accept my hand pushing upon you to bring about something that you do not completely comprehend? There are occasions when I do, in fact, put blinders on your sight so that I can guide you through challenging situations without being distracted by the strategy that hell has devised against you. Your mind is begging for answers, but I won't give them to you because if you had all the facts, you wouldn't feel any better, and you wouldn't do things any differently than you are the way you are right now. Just follow the leader's lead. Allow me to guide you through what lies ahead, regardless of whether you are unable to comprehend what is occurring around you or if you feel that you have a complete understanding of everything that is at stake. There are 1,000 testimonials that you will never give until you reach heaven and discover the hidden dangers that I will keep you from every day. For every testimony that you have of my faithfulness, there are 1,000 testimonies that you will never share. Have faith in me not just for what I have demonstrated to you, but also for what I have not demonstrated to you. There are some things that are kept hidden from you in the secret location. Realize that I am your shepherd, and the lush pasture that I force you to rest in is a place of safety where the adversary cannot find you and those who would destroy you cannot find you. I am the shepherd of your flock. Absolutely nothing to be afraid of. Neither the schemes of the adversary nor the animosity of those who express it. As long as you are with me, it is the only thing that matters. I am watching out for you, and you can find comfort in the arms that I hold. You are able to take that deep cleansing breath and lay your head down in peace while you are in my embrace. You can do this with the knowledge that my vigilance, my power, and my love are keeping you healthy and guiding you forward. Today, the Father encourages you to make it your goal to know nothing other than Jesus Christ and the crucifixion of all who believe in him. I want to declare to you that the foolishness of the cross and the folly of preaching is your hidden weapon against all of the attacks that the adversary will launch against you. You are not helpless, and you do not need to look to things that are external for security, since my name and my Spirit are present within you and on you in the midst of every conflict. The wisdom of men is not your defense, declares God. My name is your defense against all those who come against you. Do not be concerned or terrified, both of these things are true. You need only to utter my name, and the bastions of the adversary will fall, and his cohorts will flee the field of war. Man raises his fists and make fruitless attempts to defend himself, but all you need to do is call my name. Because I am with you as the God of armies, I am making myself known in the struggle so that you may successfully vanquish and conquer it. I have not summoned you because you are a clever or educated person, says the Father. As a result of your willingness to act in a manner that is both base and foolish in my name, I have called upon you and set my name upon you. Despite the fact that the world will never respect you, you can delight in the fact that my strength is perfected in your weakness. It is not via academics or experience that you have gained the insight and understanding that you possess. I am your wisdom, and I have allowed the spirit of understanding to flow into you from my throne. And I have caused you to view through the issue, when everyone else merely looks at what is going on and is misled. I am your wisdom. You are concealed behind the veil, where nothing can damage or harm you in any way, so let your splendor be anchored in who I am in your life. The wisdom of this world is foolishness in my kingdom, so let your glory be anchored in who I am. The Father has spoken to us today, saying, by my hand, the breaches in the land will be healed, and that which is removed from the way will be restored to the paths of righteousness. In spite of the fact that the world ignores my work, you must make up your mind to judge things accurately and reject the lies of those who are unable to accurately express the truth. I have made the yoke simple and the weight light for you so that you can rest in me, hidden away from the fury of godless people. They witness difficult things and drink the cup of trembling, but I have made the yoke easy and the burden light for you. God declares that there will be rest for you, and that the bread of peace will be the food that I will provide for you at my table. Despite the fact that I do not take pleasure in the destruction of the wicked, they will continue to wander in a country of salt where there is no rest until they declare that blessed is he who presents himself in the name of the Lord. You are the sheep of my hand and among those who feed in my pastures, says God, so rejoice and look up. You are among those who feed in my pastures. You will be able to lay down in tranquility, and the quality of your sleep will be delightful. The bulwarks of intercession will be manned by you, and you will be cognizant of the fact that my Spirit reigns supreme, bringing light from darkness and salvation to those who are oppressed. I am your assistance in times of need when man is unable to provide. I bring the adversary to his knees and cause you to accomplish great things because you are familiar with me and you have made the decision to look at what I am doing in the world rather than concentrating on the things that the adversary is threatening. Until the storm is over and the winds of blessing once again blow in your land, I have drawn you out, says God, and I have placed a separation between those who are righteous and those who are not righteous. When there is no other source of assistance available, the Father says, I am your help. Regardless of the promises that men may make, even the most distinguished leaders are prone to failure and fall, but my power is unending. The things that you do not know and are unable to change are things that you should leave to me, for my supervision over your life is constant, even when everyone abandons you and takes their departure. Take complete and total reliance on me during this time, knowing that I will protect you from any and all dangers that may come your way. My love is made evident in your weakness and inability, while my strength is perfected in the midst of your vulnerability and inability. The appearance of mortal persons is that they are nothing more than dust, but I have resurrected you from the dust and placed you in heavenly realms through Christ. Even if every door is shut in your face, you should be aware that you do not have no other options available to you. When the response that man gives is no, my promise is still yes and amen. When men tell you that there is nothing else that can be done, my power from on high is just beginning to work to free you from your grave and take you to my table, where you will eat and be satisfied with everything that is good. It will be possible to satiate your hunger. You will have your eyes opened, and even though you will be hunched over in humiliation, I will fully restore you and support you in spite of the hostility that you face. In today's message, the Father declares, "My kingdom does not merely bring joy, it is joy itself." Absolutely no further postponements or delays of any kind. Here and now, I am bringing you happiness. On this day, the angels who have been assigned to you will gaze at your face and comment that your smile is exactly like the one that your Father has. Remain buoyant. Make sure you are focused. My righteousness and my sovereignty should remain the focus of your attention. Never, ever, ever make excuses for the fact that you are unhappy. My identity and my character are both based on joy. It is your birthright and your portion to experience joy. It is yours to enjoy. It is important to accept even the negative connotations associated with joy, since the people around you will view your buoyancy of spirit as an indication of a lack of maturity. Those individuals who hold such a viewpoint are completely unaware of the importance that I place on aspects of their lives. Feel the bliss. One who is seated in heaven will be able to laugh. Encourage yourself to laugh as your initial reaction to any and all challenges. The adversary will be deflated by laughter and joy carried out in my spirit. When the adversary believes that he has you in his grasp and is on the verge of loss, joy will come into play. You display a grin and ask, "Is that the only thing you have, devil?" The Father proclaims that this is the spirit of a fighter. The arrogance of a youngster who is favored in my kingdom is demonstrated by this. You have my favor, and you are the one to whom I am entitled. If you are willing to step into the fight today and extract victory from defeat and joy from heaviness, then I will offer you beauty for ashes in a way that has never been described before. According to what the Father has revealed to us today, your prayers have prompted an answer from my throne. I have heard you at the set moment, and the angels are working to bring about deliverance, provision, and restoration in light of the circumstances you are currently facing. The sacrifice that I have made over the course of 2,000 years of my own flesh has become the fundamental foundation upon which I have involved myself in your affairs. I am the high priest who sits over the altar in the skies. Know that I am quick to answer and immediate in my response, for now is the day of your salvation, and today is the accepted time for the shift that I am bringing into your life. My hand is now moving to lift the heavy burden and to let you go free. I am saying to you, according to your faith, so be it unto you. As a father stands ready to minister to the needs of his children, as well, know that I am quick to answer. It is not necessary for you to pray as if you are trying to overcome my reluctance to move in your life, says God. You might pray as if you are doing so. Neither am I hesitant, nor am I holding out on you. I am not holding back. Despite the fact that other people have taught me otherwise, I want you to know that I do not place any value whatsoever on suffering, lack, or injustice in any way. My body has been struck by the blows that were intended for you. In order for you to be filled and blessed with everything that is good in life and godliness, I carried the deprivations that you are experiencing throughout my time on earth. I became impoverished, penniless, and deprived so that you could gain all of these things. Come away, my beloved, from those who are caustic, pessimistic, and harsh in spirit and angry in heart, since I would give you peace if you were to leave them. In spite of the fact that men with high moral standards hold you in contempt in their hearts, I will console you in the hidden area and fulfill you completely with everything that is good. On this day, my love surrounds you, and my power protects you from any and all unlawful intrusions and assaults that are directed toward you. The Father has spoken to us today, saying, I have heard the slander that the enemy has spoken against you, and I am moving to occupy them elsewhere, far beyond your borders and your boundaries. It was 2,000 years ago when their criminal activities and the blows that were meant at you fell upon me, darling. I was turned down so that you may be welcomed into the fold. I suffered a wound in the home of my friends so that I might bring the solitary members of families together and firmly establish you within your own tribe. You were not conceived of the earth but of the heavenly substance, even the seed that cannot be corrupted, and I conceived you in the most profound part of your nature. Due to the fact that I have placed you in the skies, you are not constrained by the limitations that are associated with your earthly birth or station in life. I have placed you in a position that is far above any principality and power. When it comes to compassion, men are as heartless as the grave, and their loving kindness is a dreadful thing. Those who put their faith in human beings or who rely on the power of their own flesh will be cursed. Because they believe that no one would be able to stop them, the unruly throng laid their traps in secret. However, I have heard your cries. Heaven's response to your vehement cry is ringing with its response from heaven. Due to the fact that I have released my arrows against them and disgraced them in their own nation, the unholy alliance and their ill-conceived plans that they have spoken against you in their anger will only determine their own death. This day marks the dissolution of your imprisonment. God states that you are freed from the snare of the fowler, just like a bird, so that you can rejoice and celebrate in the secure location that I have provided for you so that you can be engulfed in my presence, even when you are confronted by your adversary.